what you need.
You know?
Yeah. Sybil Wilkes. 5 things you need to know on Get Up Morning.
All right, y'all, I'm Erica Campbell, and she's back. It's her holiday. This voting day gets her excited. She's got 5 things we need to know on this election day. Good morning, Sybil.
Happy Election Day, everyone.
I love that energy. It's so good. Let's talk about this high-profile races, these races that are on the ballots across the nation today in the battleground states. What you thinking?
This is really, really something. This is something that we've been watching since the beginning of the election cycle. And also, a couple of things I want you to keep in mind. Every seat in the U.S. House of Representatives is on the ballot. That's 435 times 2, perhaps even more for each office, along with 1/3 or 35 seats in the Senate and 36 governor positions in states across the country. This means that as Republicans are trying to regain control, they need 5 wins in the U.S. House and 1 in the U.S. Senate in order to take control of the legislative branch and create havoc and holy heck for President Biden, if you will. I want you to also consider how history is being made by a number of black people across the country. The first thing is Democrat Rolanda Flowers is campaigning for Alabama governor. If she wins, she could become not only the first black woman to become governor of the state of Alabama. We are also looking at Stacey Abrams in the state of Georgia to do the same thing. A number of other people we have in the U.S. Senate seat. Of course, Georgia is a high-profile election with Reverend Raphael Warnock taking on Walker in that particular race. Keep your eyes on that, and many people believe that is going to go to a runoff. In Iowa, Deidre DeGear is a Democrat trying to become the first black woman governor in her race against incumbent Republican Kim Reynolds. Charles Booker is a Kentucky Democrat. He's trying to upset the incumbent, and you've heard his name before, Mitch McConnell. He's the head of the U.S. Senate. Charles Booker is trying to take his job as the state of Kentucky's U.S. Senator. In Louisiana, Gary Chambers is a Democrat. He's viewed as a long shot against the incumbent Republican John Kennedy in the race for the Senate. And in Maryland, Wes Moore seeks to become that state's first black governor. He faces off against the Republican Dan Cox. U.S. Representative Anthony Brown is running to become Maryland's first black attorney general as well. Former Boston City Council President Andrea Campbell is a Democrat, has her sights set on Massachusetts Attorney General's race as well. And in North Carolina, Democrat Sherry Beasley, a former state Supreme Court justice, is aiming to become the first black woman in that state's history to win election to that chamber. In that effect, she becomes only the 3rd black woman to represent their state in the United States Senate. But there are others who are trying to become a U.S. senator, and of course, we've only had 2. One is Carol Moseley Braun from the great state of Illinois, and of course a woman whose name you've heard recently. That is Vice President Kamala Harris, representing the state of California. There is a lot at stake here. As I mentioned, the Republicans are really looking to sweep the day, and Democrats have been out there fighting President Biden, along with former President Obama and former President Bill Clinton. And the only thing that we're asking people to do is to get out there, make your vote, and make your choices, and make your voice heard. Yes. This is really very important as far as if you like what's happening or if you don't like what's happening, make your voice heard. And people, please get out there and vote. Too many people have given their lives and their blood, their sweat, their tears in order for us to be able to vote. We have to. We cannot let them down, and we have to continue the lineage.
We love it. We're talking to Sybil Wilkes. Go to SybilWilkes.com to subscribe for her free daily newsletter and follow her on social media at Sybil Wilkes. Before we wrap, where can people go if they have voter questions today?
If you have questions, go to vote.gov is a great organization, or go to an organization that I've been out there supporting and working with, and that's Black Voters Matter. Black Voters Matter has been increasing the attention as well as getting folks to vote, and it will not stop. Black Voters Matter is one of the great resources that you have.
What message would you leave with us today, especially for those who are hesitant, who still don't know if it really matters for them? What would you say to them today?
Everything matters today.
Yes.
And it's not just the highest offices in the land. We know that we're not voting for president this time, but we are voting for every member of the U.S. House, every 1/3 of the member of the Senate. And the closer or the further you go down the ballot, that means that the closer those particular offices are to you, your neighborhood, and your home. And you have to go, and if you have concerns about your future of your family, the future of your city, your town, your country, get out there and vote. Everything matters and is connected to you and your vote.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being with us, Sybil. We appreciate you. All right, good people, you heard her. Go vote. Make your voice heard. We've got more on the way. We'll be talking about voting all morning long, and we'll also be inspiring you to be the best version of you. We love you and we mean it. Stick around. It's Get Up Mornings.
You're listening to Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell.